Good morning. I'm Abby Phillip in New York. If you wave at the camera while shoplifting, is it a crime? In MAGA world, apparently not. That observation from journalist Dave Weigel defines Trump's for a week after a trip filled with diplomatic progress. It was instead dominated by the president accepting a free luxury jet from Qatar, a nation that he once called funders of terror. Trump says that only stupid people would reject such a gift, but those people include many members of his own party. Heck, the 2016 version of Donald Trump thought that as well.
Saudi Arabia giving $25 million, Qatar, all of these countries. You talk about women and women's rights. So these are people that push gays off buildings. These are people that kill women and treat women horribly, and yet you take their money.
My goal is to keep foreign money out of American politics. Hillary Clinton's goal is to put the Oval Office up for sale to whatever country offers the highest price.
Now, this is hardly the only action that's blurring the ethical, legal, and moral lines of a presidency. His crypto ventures, his meme coin and private dinners, his son's billion-dollar deals with nations the U.S. does business with. And yet, the Speaker of the House says if you can see it, it's all good.
The reason many people refer to the Bidens as the Biden crime family is because they were doing all this stuff behind curtains, but in the back rooms. They were trying to conceal it. President Trump is doing is out in the open. They're not trying to conceal anything.
But Mr. Speaker, the investment in the meme coin, those folks are not transparent. We do not know who those people are.
I don't know anything about the meme coin thing. I don't know. I can just tell you that, President Trump has had nothing to hide.
I love the kind of two sides of the coin here for Republicans. It's always, I don't know anything about that, but I can just tell you that they're being extremely transparent. I don't know, is transparency the antidote to corruption?
Can I just go back a second? The follow-up question there is, are you saying that what he is doing right now in the open, are we listening to the same thing? Like, you just admitted that he's doing it in the open, so it's okay to do it in the open? It's still screams of impropriety, smells of it, right? So the follow-up question has to be a lot more rigorous, but I do agree with what you're saying. Republicans have been getting asked this a bunch now, and everyone has to go back to their talking points about, look, the jet, he is flying on an older White House plane. Yeah, that's conflating two different things. We can talk about the plane separately, but right now he would be receiving a gift and it would scream of impropriety, and also, as other law enforcement officials have said, they'd have to sweep the plane. There could be something underneath.
We keep coming back to this sort of divide. This is not an ideological issue.
Correct,
There's no
correct.
reason why the right or Republicans should be like, this is fine. This is clear corruption. This is emoluments. This is against the Constitution. This is just the process of running government. And it's like the due process issue, which is also not ideological. The right should agree we should use the courts before we throw people out of the country. But we keep arguing about process, and the right follows him. So they're like Trumpist, and we're like pro-Constitution, pro-democracy, anti-fascism. Just follow the Constitution. This should not be an ideological issue.
I feel like this is where I have to say, even Ben Shapiro, because even Ben Shapiro thinks that perhaps this may be cross the line.
Yes, I think inherently it is bad. I do not think this is good. I think if we switch the names to Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, we'd all be freaking out on the right. Let's say if Qatar was giving Joe a $400 million jet for his use at his presidential library after his presidency, or if Hunter launched a crypto firm with the son of Antony Blinken and then launched a series of crypto products in which mysterious strangers, including foreigners, were investing, all while that crypto firm was being regulated by Joe's administration, we'd all have been pretty upset on the right.
I have nothing else to say because I think that lays it out pretty clearly what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. I mean, listen, another element that you can't ignore in this is the Qataris basically house Hamas and they shield their finances, which are used for international terrorism, which have been used to wage this war against Israel, one of our closest allies in the Middle East. So way to step on your own message, Donald Trump. You just got Iran Alexander, the last remaining American-Israeli hostage, back in the same day you're taking Qatari blood money.
Yeah, the only way you should take the plane is if all the hostages are on it. And you know, I mean, the leadership of Hamas is
even
3 doors
still,
down.
Even still.
But even when I was a White House official, we couldn't take a gift over $20. And even so, if it was, you had to report it to an ethics advisor, take an accounting of it. But we were also told, don't even take a pen from a foreign diplomat, a head of state, because it likely has surveillance technology on it. What it's going to take to go through this Boeing 747 and take out anything that could be surveillance technology and pose a national security threat, it's going to cost so much money.
Well, part of what we did this week also was normalize Hamas. We negotiated with Hamas. The plane could be a gift for that. It's probably a gift for the business that he's doing there, but it could be a gift for that. Qatar does fund Hamas, right? I mean, they would consider them a freedom fighter, right? Not.
But
you're
you're not suggesting it's a bad idea to have gotten Edon Alexander out of.
No, of course,
the hellhole he's in.
that specific part of this is a good idea. But we don't negotiate with terrorists. So if we negotiate with them, then they are not terrorists. And I'm sure that Israel would not appreciate that conversation.
Well, again, all I care about is do those hostages come home back to their families, and do the ones that have been killed get to bury their remains in a dignified way. And I don't think the families care. Also, we have to say that Donald Trump has made a pretty high priority of getting American hostages home, more than Joe Biden did, more than Barack Obama did, more than he did in his first term. And I think we ought to give him credit for that.
I have to say, to be honest, that's not actually accurate. I mean, Joe Biden brought a lot of Americans home, too. And frankly, the people working on this are not people who are like stamping R's and D's next to their name, okay? They're not doing it for partisan reasons.
And the presidential, for this.
I just have to say that because I know some of these people. I've talked to a lot of them. They are not partisan people. They are people who are fighting every day to
would
get
you agree
Americans
he has
home.
prioritized it and he's had success at it?
He's prioritized it for the people that he's brought back so far in his.
Why can't we just say yes?
Term.
He's prioritized it and he's done a good job.
Guess what I'm
at
saying
it.
is Joe Biden has brought a lot of Americans home too. It's just that you didn't pay attention to it because
it's not a running scoreboard.
Yeah,
it's not a tablet.
But okay,
we're just trying to bring people back.
Here's the thing. Okay, I have to say about this crypto thing. This crypto thing is 1,000 times bigger and more significant than the plane. The plane is crazy and weird in a way because Trump just likes nice things. But the crypto thing is a massive, perhaps multi-billion-dollar scheme to make tons of money for his family while he is in office that he is actively participating in, and nobody's saying a word about it.
We're talking about it, but this is just give me money just because you like me, or you might have a chance to meet me, or even tour the White House. This is completely inappropriate. This is selling the presidency and privatizing the presidency, making money off of being the president. You are not supposed to make money off of being the president.
And look at the hurdles that we're all doing right now, the mental gymnastics that we're all doing, even though we all are in agreement, like that this is wrong. And so it's incumbent upon us as media, whether it be independent media or part of this network, we have to start asking the questions and framing them in the correct manner. Mr. President, this is inappropriate as Therese said before, as per the laws of this land. Like, do you understand the impropriety here? Do you understand that you're
asking
like we have to start?
No,
I don't think they get asked vigorously
We are
enough,
asking
though.
the question.
That's the
The problem
problem.
with the media, we are asking the question. The problem is the corruption and the unethical behavior.
I also think that the question is about the mechanisms of enforcing the law, right? So, I mean, if Congress says, oh, nothing to see here, then there's not a whole lot left that people can do. And I'm just wondering about, do you think at some point somebody has to say to the president, this has to stop? Or is that just not going to happen and they're just going to pocket all of this money?
Well, I think he's going to continue on with his private business in the way that his family has always done their private business. They're in the development business, for instance. I think that's
They're not in the development business.
Hold on.
But the crypto stuff is not real estate.
By
It's just
the way, I don't
fake
think he
Trump
should do the meme coin. But I'm a critic of a lot of cryptocurrencies. I think the President of the United States and the Congress of the United States ought to be trying to promote the dollar as the store of value worldwide, and not. And I'm a crypto skeptic, so I'm certainly a skeptic of a meme coin by any celebrity, much less the President of the United States. So I think that's a bad idea. But I think the Congress is focused on plenty of other things. I mean, the Congress is focused on reconciliation bill. They're focused on foreign affairs. I don't think it's fairly high on their list.
If I could just mention on the meme coin aspect of it, listen, it doesn't feel like draining the swamp. There's obviously the pay-for-play access of it. But I'm also frankly offended by some of his die-hard followers who don't have a lot of money to spend, who fell for the scheme and are not making money back on it. They're not getting something out of it the way the Chinese investor who's going to want an ask down the road does. It just feels like taking advantage of the very people who put you into office.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of money into this meme coin, and when the value drops, which inevitably it will, they're going to lose their hats in all of this.